channel, How to Western Saddle Your Horse. Today, we will go through the basic steps and all the important things you'll need in your Western tack. So we're using this basic padded Western saddle pad. You want to let him know that you're bringing it up to his body. We don't want to startle our horse, make saddling uncomfortable. You're going to gently place it on. The main important thing about a good Western saddle is you want to make sure it's long enough to go past your saddle in the front and the back, but you don't want it so long that it goes past your horse's hindquarters or over the top of your horse's neck, because this will make it very uncomfortable to ride. So, about here covering the withers and this top area of his shoulder, his back and right up to his hip is usually where we want it. Next we have our Western saddle. We want to really, again, let him know that you're coming up. Gently rub him and put it on over the top. Now when you put this on, you need to make sure that you have some space in here for your horse to breathe, so the saddle pad doesn't eventually tighten down and pinch his skin. So you lift your saddle up a little and make some room, just enough for a couple fingers to go through. How you know that your saddle is on your horse's back properly? You wiggle. You wiggle it side to side and front to back. It should feel really in place, like it's not going to go anywhere without even having the girth on. That's how you know that it is on your horse's back in the proper spot. Next, we're going to attach the girth. Each side of the saddle has a spot where the girth can connect. You can tell on the girth which side it goes on the saddle because it usually has a strap or a hole for the strap. So we want to just hook our saddle pad up. Make sure all of our leather pieces are out, and just stick it right through. There's different types of girth straps, but that just depends on the saddle that you have. Now how we know if we have it on the right spot is I usually put it underneath their belly, and if the metal latches below usually meet in the middle of their belly or just barely at the middle. A little closer to you is better, because when you tighten it, it will come over. So we want to secure it through and bring down our stirrup, and we're going to go back to the other side. Alrighty, so we want to unwrap here. When you are unsaddling your horse, the best thing to do to keep it safe so that you don't have straps everywhere is to wrap it through a couple times and loop it, so you can just easily pull it right through. We'll stick our stirrup back up. Let your horse know that you're coming so he doesn't get startled when you get underneath there. And we're just going to ring it through. Okay, so you want to ring it through, come and bring it up through the loop. Gently pull it. We're not yanking on the horse, we're just slowly snugging it up. Just loosely. You see, I can still play with it a lot. We don't want to make it too tight right away, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the leather strap through. So you're just going to keep winding it. It depends on how long your strap is. I'm going to stick it back through on the top one more time. There's a couple ways that you can latch your girth. You can tighten it with these loopholes, and you get it to your desired so you can stick it through this loophole here and pin it through, and then this wouldn't go through the top. You would bring it through your girth keeper right there, and stick it through. I don't always like to do that, not on this horse anyway, and not in the beginning of saddling. When you are first saddling your horse, you don't want to make it as tight as you're going to have it when you ride right away, because it's going to make saddling very uncomfortable, and that could cause kicking and biting. So for now, I'm just going to loop it through. You're going to go in and to the left and pull it tight. You're going to latch, and come up underneath, kind of like making a tie. Okay, you pull it up, and you're going to open your latch right there and stick it through. And that's when you pull it tight. And that should be enough to hold your saddle on until you're ready to ride. You want to tighten it just before you get on so that you're not making saddling uncomfortable for your horse while he's standing here. So now that we've got that done, we take down our stirrup, and we're going to go to the other side. Let down our back cinch. So we're going to let our horse know we're coming. Grab our back cinch. These we do not want tight. We want it snug, but not tight. I can wiggle it around and put my hands through, and that's all I want. I don't want to see a whole lot of space because we don't want it to be flapping, but we don't want it too tight, otherwise you're going to cause it to be like a bucking strap, and you'll have a rodeo. You should have a strap underneath that latches to your girth, and depending on how close you like it, some people will hook it to the front. I'm just going to hook it to the back, and stick this on through. Alright, we're almost done. Last part is chest strap. Why do we use these? They keep your saddle from falling back. Trail riders find them very useful when riding uphill. It keeps your saddle from falling out of place. It is also usually a rule in competitions like barrel racing and roping and other things like that. It just keeps you safe. It keeps your horse safe. If for some reason your girth were to come loose, it would also keep your saddle from rolling completely underneath the horse's belly, so it's better for safety. So, come to one side, and stick it through our little loop there, and we're going to tighten it on. This is a pretty big girth, so I usually do it on the tightest. I'm going to go ahead and go underneath. And do the same thing on the other side. And we come through and we latch this strap here on the chest strap. The front strap is going to go underneath and latch onto that first hook on your girth. And you are pretty much ready to go ride.